Look, I said I'd be there, but this
You're underground in New York City, late afternoon, August 14th, 2003. A packed subway car, stale air, sweat on your collar. You glance at your phone, half listening to the noise of the city moving above you. Then the lights flicker. Once. Twice. The train jerks and stops so hard your shoulder bumps the person beside you. The fans die instantly. The hum disappears. And in the dark, one thought arrives before panic does. New York has just lost power. At first, your brain tries to keep it normal. Backup power will kick in. We'll move in a minute. But the minute passes. Emergency lighting glows dim red, turning faces into silhouettes. You feel the air get heavier because the subway isn't just transport, it's ventilation, it's signals, it's control. You check your phone. 1 bar, then none. And this is why blackouts feel so different underground. Your brain loses its two biggest comfort signals, air movement and information. No ventilation feels like danger, even when the oxygen is still fine. No signal makes every minute feel longer than it is. So you do the first smart thing without thinking. You stop spending battery. Screen brightness down. Background apps off. Low power mode on. Because in a system failure, your phone stops being entertainment. It becomes your flashlight, your map, your contact list, your lifeline. And now you're making your first blackout decision. Do you stay near the center of the crowd where it's safer? Or do you move toward the edge where you can breathe? You hear small sounds you never notice in normal life. A nervous cough. A bag zipper opening and closing. Someone tapping their phone like it will summon a signal. This is what a blackout does. It turns a normal place into a question mark. And the scary part isn't darkness. It's not knowing whether you're stuck for 5 minutes or for hours.
Keep the lights low. Everyone stay together now.
Minutes pass. Sweat builds. The air feels like it's not moving. Then the doors release. You step down onto the tracks with dozens of other people, moving carefully, phone flashlights bouncing on the tunnel walls like nervous fireflies. The line moves slowly because a subway tunnel isn't built for pedestrians. There's gravel under your shoes and cables along the wall. Every few steps you see a dark side passage, maintenance corridors that look harmless in daylight and threatening in a blackout. And here's a rule that matters in any evacuation. Don't rush the crowd. Don't separate from it. In low visibility, people get injured by speed, not by darkness. So you match the pace, keep your shoulder distance, and watch for trip points. Broken edges, uneven ties, loose debris. This is one of those moments where staying calm isn't motivation. It's literally safety. The tunnel smells like metal and dust and old water. You keep one hand near the wall for balance. Ahead, the pale rectangle of daylight looks unreal. You reach the stairs. The climb feels longer than it should because you're walking toward a world you can't predict. And when you finally push through the exit door, Manhattan looks wrong. Not destroyed, just unplugged.
All right, keep it moving, folks. Let's clear the intersection.
Hey, watch the bike. We got traffic coming through.
Just follow me. You're good.
Traffic lights are dead. Crosswalk signals are blank. Electronic signs that usually shout at you are silent. Intersections turn into negotiations. Cars inch forward, stop, inch again. Somebody stands in the road waving arms like they've become a human traffic system. People pour out of office buildings because elevators aren't moving and air conditioning is gone. Stairwells become rivers. You pass an ATM, the screen is black. A line forms anyway, because denial is a powerful drug. Then come the second-order failures, the things people don't expect because they don't look like power. A pharmacy can't process prescriptions. A grocery store can't scan items or weigh produce. Gas stations can't pump fuel because the pumps are electric. Even doors fail. A surprising number of buildings use electronic locks and magnetic releases, so a blackout can turn normal entrances into barriers. This is why big cities don't shut down all at once. They fail in layers. First movement, subways and signals. Then money, payments and ATMs. Then access, doors and elevators. And finally, if it lasts, water and refrigeration. And once you understand that order, you stop asking, when will it come back? You start asking the better question. What will fail next? And what do I need before it does? Now the next question spreads through the streets. How big is this? Is it Manhattan? The whole city? The whole region? In the first hour of a blackout, most people make the same mistake. They wait for normal to restart. But you don't know if this is 10 minutes or 10 hours. So here are the 2 smartest moves you can make early. 1. Secure light and information before everyone else realizes they need it. 2. Decide your geography. Do you stay in Manhattan or move before bridges and streets choke? Because once the sun goes down, everything gets harder. Now step back, because the real story starts far from New York. The power grid isn't one switch. It's a balancing act so constant you never notice it. Electricity has to be produced the moment it's used. That means grid operators are always walking a tightrope, supply on one side, demand on the other. On hot days, demand spikes. Air conditioners everywhere pull power at the same time. Power lines heat up, they sag. In 2003, a line trips, and when one line trips, the load doesn't disappear, it jumps to other lines. Those lines heat up, they overload, they trip too. Here's the nightmare of modern infrastructure. A safety feature can become a blackout machine when failures cascade faster than humans can respond. Protective systems start shutting parts of the grid down to prevent damage, so a regional problem becomes a multi-state outage. And New York feels it not as engineering, but as trains stopping, signals dying, money systems freezing, and millions of people improvising the same problem at once. That's why blackouts are psychologically powerful. You can't see the cause, you only see the consequences. And in a city built on speed, uncertainty spreads faster than any traffic jam.
Is the whole city out?
As daylight fades, the
Feels
city's
like it.
mood
How are we getting
changes.
home?
Without streetlights, corners become shadows. Without neon, New York loses its usual confidence. But something unexpected happens too. People start talking. Neighbors sit on stoops. Strangers share updates like information is a form of safety. Some restaurants give away food that will spoil. Some small stores run on memory and cash because their machines are useless. And you can watch the psychology of a city change in real time. In some blocks, people get tense because uncertainty makes everyone suspicious. In other blocks, something rare happens. Strangers cooperate because cooperation is faster than conflict. You see why, too. When streetlights are out, your eyes can't read faces as easily. That increases fear even if nothing is happening. So the smartest neighborhoods do the simplest thing. They create light and presence. People sit outside. They keep conversations going. They make the street feel occupied, not abandoned. In outages, fear spreads in silence. Confidence spreads in visibility. And if you look up, above the dark skyline, stars appear. Not a few. More than you've seen in this city in years. The blackout doesn't just shut off power. It reveals what the city normally hides. Here's what this blackout teaches without turning you into a doomsday person. In any major outage, your priorities are simple. 1. Light. A flashlight beats a phone at 2% battery. If it's still daylight, get light now, before you need it. 2. Information. During crises, rumors spread faster than reality. The internet might work briefly, then choke. A radio often outlasts everything. 3. Water. Even in big cities, water pressure depends on pumps and power. If it's still running, fill containers early. 4. Cash. People forget how much of buying is invisible. When payment networks fail, cash becomes backup. 5. Movement. Transportation grids fail in layers. Subways stop, traffic jams, bridges choke. Then walking becomes the only reliable plan.
We have to walk all
The biggest
way back.
danger isn't always crime.
At least
It's
cooler
decision
now.
paralysis.
I hope the power
People
comes
waste the
back
early
on
window
soon.
waiting for normal, and then they're forced to act when conditions are worse. The goal is not panic. The goal is calm, early action. Hours later, something changes. A street lamp flickers, then holds. A window lights up, then another. And you hear cheering travel down the block like a wave,
God, I thought we'd be
because in a
dark all
blackout, a light bulb feels like a miracle. The refrigerator motor kicks on. A fan begins to spin. New York. But the real impact isn't the moment the lights return. It's what rewires in your head afterward, because the blackout teaches a brutal lesson. Modern life is held together by systems you never think about, until they fail. For weeks, every time you step into the subway, you remember that silence. Every time you see a traffic light, you remember how quickly order can disappear. And the scariest part is this: it didn't fail like a movie. No explosion, no villain, just a cascade, and a city that discovered it was running on invisible promises. The 2003 blackout wasn't just a story about electricity. It was a lesson about
say.
dependence.
The radio mentioned it's widespread.
Modern life is a tower built on invisible systems, and power is one of the biggest. Next episode, we enter a failure where the lights stay on, but the internet disappears. The day the world goes silent. Click the video on screen, subscribe, because in alternate realities, we don't watch disasters from a distance, we survive them.